am appointing you an attorney in both of those probation violation matters, and I'm setting hearings in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court on April 30th at 8:30. In the 2024 case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. And in the 2023 case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $350. In the event that you are able to post those bonds and secure your release, you will need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours.
Okay, so do I just have to pay like the 10% and then contact within 72 hours my PO?
So you have to work with it's because they're secured appearance bonds. You can work with a bonds person to go ahead and get those bonds posted.
Okay.
All right, and they typically charge 10%, but they charge what they charge, and I can't control that. So go ahead, step to the left. I'll finish your paperwork for you. David Soto, and then Peter Top.
Right here.
That's perfect, sir. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead and state your name for the record.
David Soto, born June 21st, 1999.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested on charges of aggravated assault, a Class 6 felony with an offense date of April 19th of 2025. I did find probable cause for that, and I am appointing you an attorney. Sir.
That's not what I was told I was charged with. I was told I was charged with like fleeing the scene like from a car accident. And then on top of that, I don't ride the bus. I work from 8 to 12:30 in the morning, so I have to walk.
Okay. So you can provide all of this information to your attorney based upon the information I have in front of me. I am finding probable cause that you committed the offense. I am setting hearings on April 29th at 8:30 a.m. and May 1st at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $750. Sir.
Am I able to ask you about that amount?
Sir, yes.
The reason why I asked is because as of right now, the only person that would be able to come and bomb me out would be my 19-year-old brother. I'm sure he has that money and everything. It's just with us having to like pay rent next week, it's just me and him, and I pay a large majority of the rent. Our rent is $2,500. And I just can't leave the whole amount of rent like left on him. That's why I asked if like maybe like you could do something a little lower so that I can go back to work and stuff like that, so I can make sure that he's not. I called him the day when I was there last night. Power went out and he panicked, so I just can't leave him alone. Or if I can at least like work with him and like get him to like get on my paperwork and stuff so that he has access to that stuff. And then, you know, if I have to go from there or something, but I can't leave my younger brother alone. He's all by himself.
Okay, so it is a secured appearance bond, so you can work with a bonds person to go ahead and post that bond. They usually require a 10%, but it varies with the bonds, with the bond company you work with. Officer will have that paperwork for you. I am going to leave the bond stat where it is because according to the Form 4, there was an assault of the bus driver. So, and then the police did work to identify you as the person that committed the offense. I think there's probable cause at this point. I'm going to leave the bond set at $750 secured. Officers will have your paperwork for you. No returning to scene of the alleged crime, no contact with the alleged victim. Go ahead, step to the left. Peter Top, please. Good morning, Mr. Top. Go ahead and state your name for the record.
Peter Top.
Mr. Top, what's your date of birth?
01/01/79.
Thank you. And you are here because you were arrested yesterday on charges of criminal trespassing, a Class 1 misdemeanor, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and burglary in the 3rd degree, a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause for those, and I am appointing you an attorney. I'm setting 2 hearings in your case, the first on April 29th at 8:30, and the next one on the first one on April 29th at 8:30, and the next one on May 1st at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. And hold on just a second for me. Oh, hold on. I need to fix this real quick. Sorry. All right. I am setting 2 hearings in your case. I'm setting a first one on April 29th at 8:30 and a second one on May 1st at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your case in the amount of $750. In the event that you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you may not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim. Okay? Go ahead. Step to the left. Officer has your paperwork for you. All right, Donna Johnson, please. Good morning, ma'am. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Donna Alexandra Marcette Johnson.
And Ms. Johnson, what is your date of birth?
3397.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested yesterday on charges of criminal trespassing in the first degree, a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for that. I am appointing you an attorney. I am setting hearings for you on May 8th at 8:30 and May 12th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to those?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to release you today to pretrial services.
Okay.
Which means you need to register with pretrial services. And they'll provide you with information and things, including bus passes, to help you get to court. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Go ahead. Step to the left. Jose Garza, please. Mr. Garza, go ahead. State your name for the record.
Good morning. Jose Guadalupe Garza.
Mr. Garza, what's your date of birth?
2/10/1995.
Thank you. And you are here today because the West McDowell Justice Court issued a warrant for your arrest in a failure to pay matter. Because of the nature of the charges, you are not entitled to have me appoint an attorney for you today. And Martha, I'm sorry, I need to fix that one too. It just looks odd. Hold on. Sorry. All right, I am setting a hearing for you on May 13th at 1:30 p.m. in the West McDowell Justice Court. Will you go to that?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. Go to your hearings, take care of what you need to take care of so you don't have to wind up back here, okay?
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
All right. Isaac Aguilar Herrera, please. Good morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Isaac Aguilar.
Mr. Aguilar, I'm sorry, I think I pronounced your name horribly.
Aguilar Herrera.
All right, Mr. Aguilar, what is your date of birth?
1/30/95.
Thank you. And you are here today because the Flight Tank Justice Court issued a warrant for your arrest for a failure to pay matter. Because of the nature of the charges, you are not entitled to have me appoint an attorney for you today. You may, of course, retain an attorney to represent you at your own expense. I am setting a hearing for you on May 13th at 9:30 a.m. in the White Tank Justice Court. Will you go to that, sir?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and release you on your own recognizance. Please take care of what you need to take care of in Justice Court.
All right.
All right. Joel Mayboka, please.
morning.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Joel Amavisca Mabuka,
Okay, and Mr. Muboka, what is your date of birth?
1386.
Thank you. And you are here today, sir, because the Buckeye Municipal Court issued a warrant for your arrest in a matter involving an allegation that you possessed drug paraphernalia on or about June 6th. 2023. Because of the nature of the charges, you are not entitled to have me appoint an attorney for you today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting a hearing at the Buckeye Municipal Court on May 13th at 2 p.m. Will you go to that?
Yes.
And I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. Please take care of what you need to take care of in municipal court.
Thank you.
Emily DeMio, please, and then Jonathan Barrera.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, ma'am. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Emily DeMayo,
And Miss DeMayo, what is your date of birth?
4/10/04.
Thank you. And you are here today because you were arrested for speeding yesterday.
Yes, ma'am.
I did find probable cause for reckless driving, a Class 2 misdemeanor, and excessive speed, a Class 3 misdemeanor. Because of the nature of the charges, you are not entitled to have me appoint an attorney for you today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you in this matter. I am setting a hearing in the South Mountain Justice Court for May 7th at 9 a.m. Will you go to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. You need to attend all court hearings and not speed.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Jonathan Barrera and then Justin P.H., please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Jonathan Barrera.
Thank you, Mr. Barrera. And you were arrested yesterday for speeding, a Class 3 misdemeanor. Because I did find probable cause for that violation, but because of the nature of the charges, you are not entitled to have me appoint an attorney for you today. You may, of course, retain an attorney to represent you in this matter. I am setting a hearing for you on May 12th at 1:30 p.m. in the Desert Ridge Justice Court. Will you go to that?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance. Go to your hearings. Don't speed.
All right, thank you.
Justin P.H., please.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Go ahead. State your name for the record.
Justin Peets.
Pete's.
Peets, yes.
All right.
Peets,
I was making it too hard, wasn't I?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Peets, go ahead and state your date of birth.
11/14/83.
All right, and you are here today because the San Marcos Justice Court issued a warrant for your arrest for failure to appear in their matter. Because of the nature of the charges, you are not entitled to have an attorney appointed for you today. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you in this matter. I am setting a hearing on May 13th at 10 a.m. in the San Marcos Justice Court. Will you go to that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please take care of what you need to take care of so you don't have to keep coming back.
I was already seen for this warrant, and they reissued the warrant in December. I was seen in October for it already, and it got dismissed.
Okay.
I don't know why it got reissued.
All right, so you got a hearing. I'm ORing you today.
Yep.
Go to your May 13th hearing and tell that to the court there, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Do we have Mr. George? Good morning, sir. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Rob George, 1205.
Thank you. And you are here today because Maricopa County, the grand jury in Maricopa County issued a arrest warrant to you for alleged violations of sexual assault Class 2 felonies, 2 counts of that occurring on or about October 11th of 2021, and additional counts of sexual assault, 4 counts of sexual assault, also Class 2 felonies, occurring on or about April 25th of 2024. I am appointing you an attorney in this matter, and I am setting a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $100,000. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you would be subject to other release conditions, including ankle monitoring. All right, go ahead, step to the left. Officer has your paperwork for you. Yara Marquez, please. Morning, ma'am. Go ahead, state your name for the record.
Yara Marquez,
Thank you. And Ms. Marquez, what is your date of birth?
September 8, 1993.
Thank you. And you are here today because the grand jury issued a warrant for, the grand jury in Maricopa County issued an arrest warrant on charges of conspiracy to commit sexual conduct with a minor, a Class 2 felony with offense dates of on or about July 1st, 2023 through July 29th of 23, sexual conduct with a minor, a Class 2 felony, again with offense dates of on or about July 1st, 2023 through July 10th of 2023, and attempt to commit molestation of a child, a Class 3 felony with an offense date of July 15th of 23, sexual conduct with a minor, a Class 2 felony with an offense date of July 11th of 23, and child abuse, a Class 4 felony with offense dates of July 1st, 2023 through July 29th, 2023. I am appointing you an attorney in this matter, and I am setting a hearing on April 30th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a cash-only appearance bond in your case in the amount of $500,000. In the event that you are able to post this bond and secure your release, you would be subject to other pretrial release conditions, including ankle monitoring. All right, go ahead, step to the left. All right. That makes sense. Okay. We have 3 house calls. They are, and these folks are not able to be with us today in the courtroom because they are a danger to self or others, or are not able to function or otherwise not able to be present in the courtroom today. Our house calls are Rawson Baker Hollingsworth, whose date of birth is February 10th of 2024. I am appointing Mr. Hollingsworth an attorney. And I'm sorry, Mr. Hollingsworth was arrested yesterday on charges of criminal trespass, a Class 5 felony. I did find probable cause for that. I am appointing him an attorney, and I'm setting 2 hearings, the first on April 29th at 8:30 and the second one on May 1st at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in this matter in the amount of $2,500. And I skipped one, sorry. Also, a house call is Bernice Jaramillo. Ms. Jaramillo's date of birth is 11/30 of 67. Ms. Jaramillo is here because Navajo County issued a warrant for her arrest in a probation violation matter. And I am finding, for purposes of appointing Ms. Jaramillo an attorney, that she is an indigent, and an attorney should be appointed for her at her next hearing, which will be in Navajo County Superior Court on April 30th at 8:30 a.m. I am finding that pursuant to the Navajo County warrant, that Ms. Jaramillo is non-bondable today. Our next house call is of Neil Lewis. Mr. Lewis is here on two matters. Mr. Lewis's new matter is for which he was arrested yesterday on charges of criminal trespass in the first degree, a Class 6 felony, aggravated violation of a order of protection, aggravated harassment, a Class 6 felony, and disorderly conduct fighting, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for those violations, and I am appointing him an attorney. I am setting hearings on April 29th at 8:30 and May 1st at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $15,000. In the event that Mr. Lewis is able to post that bond and secure his release, he would be subject to certain other release conditions, including ankle monitoring. Finally, Mr. Lewis is on probation in KCR 2021-42223. And the new charges for which he was arrested yesterday would also constitute a violation of Term 1 of his probation in his 2020 case. In the probation violation matter, I am appointing him an attorney, and I'm setting hearings on April 30th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the new, in the probation violation matter in the amount of $5,000. In the event that Mr. Lewis is able to post these bonds and secure his release, he would need to contact his probation officer within 72 hours. And with that, I think that's all of them. Yes, it is. All right. With that, if anything changes after I speak to the house calls, I will update my written orders only. And with that, we are going to stand adjourned until the 11 a.m. calendar.
Hi, David.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Are you taking care of IACOR or am I taking care of IACOR?
I volunteered for it. I don't know if you also did, but
I did too. Do you have another matter after this?
I do not. If you do, I can go ahead and do it.
I don't either. All right. Okay, I'll disconnect. It's fine.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, David. See you soon. Hopefully see you soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
you. Please be seated.
Hello. Welcome to a brand new episode of You Have a Collect Call From. I am Collect Call James, and I'll be in the Board of Parole hearings in Virginia, if you will.
We have one interpreter matter or two?
Just one.
Okay, let's go and get that guy up here while I'm powering up. All right, can the interpreter hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Okay, do you know who this Spanish guy is? You don't know, officer? Hang on, I'm just trying to multitask.
You don't?
All right, this is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar for April 23rd, 2025.
Bien, este es el calendario de comparecencia inicial de las 11 de la mañana para el 23 de abril del 2025.
Court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 2 a.m. calendar on the first of the month will also apply to these hearings.
Las órdenes judiciales para la toma de muestras de ADN y de huellas dactilares que se giraron en el primer calendario de este mes de las 2 de la mañana también van a aplicar a todas estas audiencias.
All right, good morning, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Buen día, señor. ¿Me da su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento, por favor?
Miguel de Jesús Zamudio Alonso, 30 de mayo de 1991.
Miguel de Jesús Zamudio Alonso, May 30th of 1991.
Thank you. You've been arrested on new allegations.
Te lo agradezco. ¿Usted fue detenido debido a pretensiones nuevas?
Those are possession of dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony.
Estas son la tenencia de droga nociva, un delito de clase 4.
Possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony.
Tenencia de adminículos para drogas, un delito de clase 6.
And failure to admit the carrying of a deadly weapon on your person or in a vehicle when asked by a police officer, which is a class 1 misdemeanor.
Y el incumplir con divulgar que usted traía una arma mortífera en su persona o dentro de un vehículo cuando un agente de la policía le preguntó. Esto es un delito notificado.
Sorry. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you.
Hay motivo fundado de procesamiento para estas acusaciones y voy a nombrar a un abogado para que le represente.
I'm scheduling your first 2 court dates in this case.
Le voy a agendar sus primeras 2 audiencias judiciales para este caso.
The first will be a status conference on May 8th at 8:30 in the morning.
La primera de ellas va a ser una consulta de actualización el 8 de mayo a las 8:30 de la mañana.
With your preliminary hearing on May 12th at 8:30.
Y su audiencia preliminar será el día 12 de mayo a las 8:30.
The court address in downtown Phoenix will be on your paperwork.
La dirección del tribunal del downtown de Phoenix va a aparecer en el papeleo que le vamos a dar.
You qualify for release on your own recognizance in this case.
En este caso, usted reúne los requisitos para ser liberado bajo caución juratoria.
That means you're ordered to come to court and comply with all of your release conditions.
Eso significa que se le ordena que usted regrese al tribunal y que cumpla con todas sus medidas cautelares.
They are in writing and you will receive a copy.
Estas están por escrito, va a recibir usted una copia.
If you miss a court date, there will be a warrant issued for your arrest.
Si usted falta una de sus audiencias judiciales, se va a girar una orden de detención en su contra.
And you will have to post bail money next time in order to be released again.
Y la próxima vez, para usted ser liberado, va a tener que depositar una fianza.
Everything you need to know is on your paperwork. If you step to your left. Thank you.
Todo lo que tiene que saber está en su papeleo. Por favor, pase a su izquierda.
All right, if the interpreter can make a general call for me, hopefully that's our only customer, but we shall see.
Yes, Your Honor. ¿Se encuentra alguien más en la sala que requiere asistencia de un intérprete de la lengua español? Si puede levantar la mano el que necesite asistencia de un intérprete.
Okay. Check is good. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
My pleasure. You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, Mr. Cruz, Camilo Cruz, if you please come all the way to the podium, you'll be next. After that, Xavier Luna, if you go to the chair, the officer will show you where to wait. Right now. Good morning, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
First name Camilo, last name Cruz, middle name Victoria, and date of birth May 15, 2004.
Thank you. You're here on one new case and 2 probation holds. In the new case, you've been accused of possession of narcotic drugs for sale, transportation for sale and or sale of narcotic drugs, money laundering, and conspiracy to do those things. All of those are Class 2 felonies. Also, using an electronic communications device to facilitate a drug transaction, that's a Class 4 felony. Probable cause for that as well. I am appointing a lawyer to represent you in this case and in each of your probation cases. In addition to the pending petition to revoke that I know you are aware of,
yes.
There will be a supplemental petition to revoke filed in each case based on this new arrest. So you'll have a lawyer appointed for that as well. You're going to end up with the same lawyer for all 3 cases. In the new case, you need a status conference and a preliminary hearing. So the status conference will be April 29th, which is this Tuesday. Today is the 23rd. So 6 days from now, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court with a preliminary hearing on May 1st at 8:30. In the probation cases, the court date that I have to give you is April 30th, which is 1 week from today at 8:30 in the morning for a revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing. As I noted in my written order, we did reach out to the probation department and ask them if they wanted us to set your case for Monday the 28th, which is when you were summoned in for the pending petition to revoke. And it confuses us, but they said they would like to leave that one on the books in case you show up. I let them know that I do intend, and I am going to hold you without bail in the new case because the court finds there is a substantial likelihood that you will be revoked to prison in your felony probation case based on the new arrest. And so you do not have bail today. I don't see how you'll be there on the 28th, but they directed us to give you the 30th as your court date. So your court date for this newly alleged probation violation, which is the drug trafficking case, is April 30th, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court. I do not know if the sheriffs will take you over to probation court on Monday because that's a summons court date. So it's possible. If I was a betting person, I'd say they're not going to take you over until the 30th. Either way, you have to go on the 29th for the new case. You're going to have the same lawyer for everything. Hopefully they can get everything organized and get all your court dates put together.
The 30th?
Talk to your lawyer about that. But right now you're kind of at the mercy of whatever the probation court does on 28th, which is Monday. In the new drug case, your bond is $25,000 and it is cash only. That is dollar for dollar with written conditions. That does not change the no bond status in your felony probation case. Also, in the new case, the drug trafficking case, you are prohibited from accessing the internet by any means except for direct work, school, or court purposes. Work does not include selling drugs or guns. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. But that's in the new case. Also, you're on misdemeanor probation, and the law requires that you be given bond in that case because you can't be held no bond in a misdemeanor case. So you have a $50 placeholder bond in your misdemeanor probation case that just ensures that you're eligible for credit for time and custody. But just to restate, the court holds you without bail in your probation
For
case.
the felony one?
For the felony, correct. You do not have bail today. So we'll go ahead and take your paperwork. You can step out to your left. All right, Mr. Luna. Sandra Bejarano, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Yayo Luna, 10/11/91.
All right, thank you. You're here on one new case and 2 warrants in pending cases. In the new case, you were arrested for 2 allegations of possession of narcotic drugs for sale. Those are Class 2 felonies. 1 allegation of possession of dangerous drugs. That's a Class 4 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in this new case. It will almost certainly be Mr. Schwartzstein, who is your lawyer in your pending cases. So in your pending cases, there were already warrants issued for your arrest in both cases after you failed to appear at a status conference on April 17th. All right, your next court date for all of these is going, let me double check, to be the same. That's good. It's a status conference, April 29th, which is Tuesday, April 29th at 8:30 in the morning. That is all 3 cases, and it is a status conference. You also need a preliminary hearing in all 3 of those cases, and we're scheduling that for May 1st at 8:30. Again, that's for all 3 cases. Now, in the new case only, the drug sales case, you're going to have a 3rd hearing, April 30th at 1:30 in the afternoon. That is 1 week from today. That 3rd hearing is a bail eligibility hearing for the new case only, because you are not eligible for bail in that case today. By law, you are going to be held without bail. But what you get is a bail eligibility hearing. It'll be 1 week from today in the Downtown Superior Court. On your paperwork, it is the one that is called evidentiary hearing. That is your bail hearing. Your lawyer will meet with you the day before and explain to you what's going to happen at your bail hearing the next day. You may or may not be found eligible for bail in the new case in a week, but you are not eligible by law today. You will be held without bond. In each of the older cases, I'm going to affirm the $500 secured appearance bond with condition, but you shouldn't even try to post that bond if you are still being held without bond in the new case. Now, what is your question?
It's because the reason why I didn't make it to court is because I was in the hospital. I got shot 6 times.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Luna. I don't disbelieve that you got shot. I definitely doubt whether that prevented you from being in court. Now, that being said, even if what you're telling me is 1,000% true, this would still be happening, because it doesn't matter whether you were going to the older case or not. If you have any open case, and I'm looking at all the defendants, once the case opens, if you come in on a new felony, you're going to get held without bond in the new case. So this would be happening to you either way, Mr. Luna. So I don't actually have to resolve the question over whether you could have made it to court a week ago or not. You still get held no bond in the new case. And again, based on the circumstances of your current arrest, the court frankly doubts very much that you could not have made it to court a week ago because of what happened to you. So talk to your lawyer about all of that. Mr. Schwartzstein is very experienced. He will give you good advice.
They're going to keep me in custody and I got no bond?
Correct. Or if you step too left, you take your paperwork with you. All right, Mr. Bejarano? And then John Castaneda, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Samuel Robert Bejarano, 51367.
Thank you. You're here on a new case. Then you have probation warrants, it looks like, in 2 different cases. So in your new case, you were arrested for unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle. It is a Class 5 felony, and there is probable cause for it. The alleged offense date for this was back on March 21st of this year. I am appointing a lawyer for you. You're also here on 2 probation cases. You're on probation for 2 Class 4 felonies, and based on this new arrest, the probation department will be filing petitions to revoke in both of your cases. Your next court date in the new case is a status conference, April 29th at 8:30 in the morning in the Downtown Superior Court. The preliminary hearing May 1st at 8:30 in the same court. In the probation cases, you'll go to court 1 week from today, which is April 30th at 8:30 in the morning for a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. In each of your probation cases, the court finds that you are substantially likely to be revoked to prison in those cases, and so you do not have bond in either of them today. In the new case, you have a $50 secured appearance bond just to make you eligible for credit for time in custody. Don't even bother trying to post it if you're still being held without bond in either of your probation cases. You'll be back in court on the 29th. You can talk to your lawyer about these then. She's got your paperwork for you. Thank you. Mr. Castaneda? And then Jesus Felix. Will you go to the chair, please? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Yes, John Jaime Castaneda, 10/27/1989.
All right, thank you. You're on a new case. You were arrested for 2 allegations of aggravated assault. For purposes of this hearing, the court finds probable cause on those as follows. One of them as a Class 4 felony, which means by temporary disfigurement or the breaking of a bone. The other one as a Class 6 felony, which means while assaulting somebody while their ability to resist is substantially impaired. And so the court finds probable cause for both of those on that basis. And I note that the state is going to be providing a supplemental probable cause statement, just summarizing what was in the preliminary police report they provided the court that indicated that the alleged victim was possibly suffering life-threatening injuries and had been placed into a medical coma as a result, and that the hospital confirmed at a minimum there was a fracture of his nose, and so that at least meets the legal standard for a Class 4 felony. Might be a Class 3 felony, but for purposes of this hearing, the court finds probable cause on it as a Class 4. Bond in your case is set at $25,000. That is secured. If you post it, be sure to comply with your conditions and come to all of your court dates. The first one is the status conference, April 29 at 8:30. Preliminary hearing, May 1 at 8:30. I am appointing a lawyer for you in this case. If you're out of custody, do not go to the scene of the alleged crime. No contact with the alleged victim or with any of the witnesses. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. Everything you need to know is on your paperwork. You can take that as you step out to your left. Thank you. Mr. Felix? And then Derek Spencer, we go to the chair, please. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Jesus Andres Felix, 11/11/1986.
All right, thank you. You have been arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. That is a Class 3 felony, and there is probable cause for it. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is the status conference, April 29th at 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing May 1st at 8:30 in the morning. The address for the court is on your paperwork. Your bond is $25,000. It is secured. If you post it, you will be on an ankle monitor under the supervision of pretrial services. The purpose of the ankle monitor is to keep you away from your brother, who is the alleged victim. You may not go where he lives. You may not live where he lives. If you do, you can do a civil standby to collect belongings, and then you have to find an alternative residence and bring it to your next court date. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. Obey any order of protection that's been served on you. What's your question?
I don't have a question. I just had the statement that I did not assault my brother at all. I mean, he assaulted me, if anything. But I know he does not want to press charges. It's a brother thing.
Well, you're not allowed to contact him. So, sir, it's not up to him whether the charges go forward. It is up to the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. Do not contact your brother while the case is pending. I just ordered you not to. It could be a felony if you did.
Yes.
And you could be accused of witness tampering. So don't have any contact with him. You have to let this play out through the system. And I'll just repeat, it is not up to him whether the case goes forward. It's up to the county attorney now.
Okay.
So you must respect your release conditions. Do not miss your court dates.
Can I request on recognizance?
You can request it, sir. The court will not order that on these facts. The court believes that you likely pose an ongoing danger to the alleged victim.
I think not.
Talk to your lawyer about any motion to modify that. If you step to your left, you get that paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Spencer? And then Oscar Vasquez. We go to the chair. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Derek Spencer.
What's your date of birth?
9/1975.
Thank you. Here on a new case. You were arrested for aggravated assault by the impeding of breathing or strangulation in a domestic relationship. That is a Class 4 felony. Also, disorderly conduct. That is a Class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your status conference will be April 29th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing May 1st at 8:30 in the same court. Your bond is $15,000.
Oh, man.
Secure. If you post it, you'll be on an ankle monitor under the supervision of pretrial services. Your orders are quite detailed. They include that you may not have any contact with the alleged victim, even if it is to exercise your parenting rights. This order does not have anything to do with your children, except that you may not violate it in order to see your children. If you cannot see your children any other way, then you don't see your children. Violating this order in any small way could be booked in as aggravated harassment, and if probable cause were found for that, it would be a felony and you would be held no bond at this hearing. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. If the alleged victim contacts you first, you are not entitled to respond. If you get served with an order of protection, you must comply with all of that as well. If you please step to your left, this gentleman, no, you have your paperwork. Step to your left, sir. The officer's going to take you with him. Mr. Vasquez and Jose de la Rosa, we go to the chair. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Oscar Vasquez,
6/18/91.
Thank you. Mr. Vasquez, do you wear the glasses because you have a problem with light sensitivity?
No, these were the glasses that I had got pulled over and
Okay.
they brought me with their
We'd
prescription.
like to see your face, please. If you have a light sensitivity, I would let you wear them. If it's just reading glasses or sunglasses, then we'd rather see your face. All right, you're here on a new case. You were arrested for aggravated assault by the impeding, breathing, or strangulation in a domestic relationship. That is a Class 4 felony. Unlawful imprisonment, a Class 6 felony. Assault and disorderly conduct, both Class 1 misdemeanors. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference, April 29th at 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing May 1st at 8:30. Those will be in the downtown Superior Court, and the address is on your paperwork. You don't have the extensive criminal history that the previous defendant does, so bail is set in your case at $10,000. It is secured. You post it, you go on an ankle monitor to keep you away from the alleged victim. You have the same orders as the last gentleman. You may not have any contact with the alleged victim. You may not respond to any contact from her. You may not live where she lives. You can do a civil standby if you want to collect belongings. And this order does not apply to your children, but you may not violate it in order to see your children. If you cannot see your children any other way, then you don't see your children until you get a different order. In this case, this supersedes any family court orders. It supersedes any orders of protection. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. Everything you need to know is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, the officer will show you where to go. Thank you. Mr. De La Rosa. And Skylar Burchett, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Jose Angel de la Rosa, 325-86.
Thank you. You're on a warrant from the Yavapai County Superior Court. It appears you've been charged there with shoplifting. I believe it's listed as perhaps an undesignated felony. It's not absolutely clear whether you've been charged with a felony or misdemeanor, but based on the bond amount and the fact that it is in Superior Court, it is almost certainly a felony. It issued April 8th of 2025, and again, this is from the Yavapai County Superior Court. So I'll let them know they should give you a lawyer when you get there. Your arraignment hearing will be April 28th at 8:30 in the morning, which is this Monday. I am affirming their bond. It is $5,000 and it is secured. Do not go to the scene of the alleged crime if you post it. No contact with any alleged victim, witness, officer, arresting officer, or co-defendant. Everything's on your paperwork. If you don't post bail, the Yavapai County Sheriffs are going to have to come and get you from Maricopa County. You step to your left.
Thank you.
You got your paperwork. Okay, thanks.
Oh, Amanda, does that have to do with Chandler?
No. Chandler sees their own cases. So talk to the officers after court about when you might see Chandler. Thank you. Mr. Burchett. After that, Karine Voorhees. We go to the chair. Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Skyler Ray Burchett, 11995.
Thank you. You're in a new case. You're arrested for theft of a means of transportation. It is a Class 3 felony, and there is probable cause for it. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your status conference will be this Tuesday, April 29th at 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing May 1st at 8:30. The address in downtown Phoenix will be on your paperwork. You have a $2,500 secured appearance bond and written release conditions. That includes: do not go to the scene of the alleged crime, absolutely no contact with the alleged victim, no weapons, you are a prohibited possessor, no drugs without a valid prescription. If you step to your left, the officers are going to have your paperwork for you in just a second. Yeah, he'll hand it to you out there. Ms. Voorhees? And then Kenya Harrison, will you please go to the chair? Well, ma'am, may I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Corinne Sherrill Voorhees, 31298.
Thank you. You're here on one new case and a warrant from Pinal County Superior Court. In the new case, you've been arrested for identity theft allegedly committed February 4th of 2024. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is a status conference, April 29th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing May 1st at 8:30 in the same court. That's in Phoenix, and again, the address is on your paperwork. In Pinal County, you've been charged with theft by control of stolen property. It is a Class 6 felony, and it looks like the alleged offense date is July of 2022, July 5th, and the warrant was issued July 21st of 2023. Looks like it comes out of the Apache Junction Police Department, but you'll get a copy of the charge and police reports from your lawyer. I will let them know they should give you a lawyer when you get there, but I can't appoint one from Maricopa in a Pinal case. Your next court date in Maricopa County, that's The identity theft charge, that's going to be, I may have already said this, April 29th at 8:30 for a status conference, preliminary hearing May 1st at 8:30. In Pinal County, your court date is the 28th, this Monday, the 28th at 8:30. The address will be on your paperwork. I think it's in Florence, but it'll be on your paperwork. All right, in the identity theft case, the court sets bail in the amount of $5,000 secured. I am affirming the $1,500 secured in the Pinal case, but you have a marshal's hold because it appears you're on federal supervised release and you have been in warrant status for some time with them. So certainly you shouldn't bother trying to post those bails if you still have a marshal's hold, because they'll get 24 hours to put you in front of a federal judge. And having worked in that system, you shouldn't be overly eager to get in front of a federal judge. That being said, you can post bail and you'll go into their custody, and Arizona will have to writ you back out of federal custody, and you may popcorn back and forth between the two systems. So I usually recommend that defendants consult with their lawyer in the state case before you go posting bail and go into federal custody, because many people are sorry that they did that. So everything's on your paperwork. Do not have any contact with the alleged victim. It is your stepdaughter, apparently. I don't know if you've been living with her. Have you been?
She lives with me.
She does?
Yeah.
All right, well, you cannot live where she lives if you're out of custody. I need to reprint this, please. It was okay before. At this point, she is the alleged victim in a charged criminal case. You cannot live with her. You cannot have any contact with her. You cannot respond to any contact from her. You have to find a new residence if and when you're out of custody and provide proof to the court. It's going to take me a minute to type that up. So if you go ahead, just leave your paperwork right there. The officers can sort it out, and they'll bring you out the stuff for both cases. Okay, thanks. Go ahead and have a seat. If you'll stay there, Ms. Harrison, I just need to type for a minute. Okay, that one is ready to reprint. That's the Maricopa one. Thank you. All right, Ms. Harrison? And then Carlos Ramirez Cruz, will you please go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
07/28/1996.
Are you Kenya Michelle Harrison?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. You're here on one new case and a probation hold. In the new case, you were arrested for 3 things. Hold on a second. Let me look at your... Okay, I'm going to start with your probation case. You're on probation for fraudulent schemes. It's a Class 2 felony. Based on this new arrest, the probation department is going to be filing a petition to revoke your probation. So I am appointing a lawyer for you in probation court. You'll get a copy of a petition to revoke at your court date there next week. So your court date in probation court is 1 week from today, April 30th, 8:30 in the morning, and you have a $1,000 secured appearance bond and written release conditions in your probation case. Now, in the new case, you were arrested for 3 things. The court found probable cause for one of them, and that is first-degree criminal trespassing. That's a Class 6 felony. For purposes of this hearing only, the court did not find probable cause on the narcotic drugs or the drug paraphernalia because the police didn't provide enough information to support their allegation. It does not mean it's dismissed, though. That allegation is still pending against you, and you can talk to your lawyer about how that works. I'm just not setting release conditions based on the drug part of that allegation, just the criminal trespass. So talk to your lawyer about that. You're going to end up with the same lawyer for both cases. Your court date for the new case, The criminal trespass case plus the drug charges, as I said, they're not dismissed. That's going to be status conference this Tuesday, April 29th at 8:30 in the morning. So that's the day before your probation hearing. Then a preliminary hearing May 1st at 8:30 in the new case only. And in the new case, I'm just going to set a $50 placeholder bond that's meant to make you eligible for credit for time in custody and ensure that the sheriffs will take you over for court if you're still in custody. So your total bond for the two cases, $1,050. It is secured. You have written release conditions. If you bond out, be sure to call your PO within 72 hours. She's got your paperwork for you.
So I'm not going anywhere?
If you don't post the bond, that's correct. You stay in custody and they'll take you over for court next week. Good luck. Mr. Ramirez Cruz. And then Christopher Woldall, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Carlos Ray Ramirez Cruz, 10/09/2001.
All right, thank you. You are here on a new case and a probation hold. In the new case, you were arrested for possessing narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court dates are both next week. The first one is a status conference, April 29th at 8:30, with a preliminary hearing May 1st at 8:30. Those will be in the downtown Superior Court, and the address is on your paperwork. In your probation case, the probation department will be filing a petition to revoke your probation based on this new arrest. And I will appoint a lawyer for you, and you'll get a copy of a petition to revoke from your lawyer at your next court date. That's going to be April 30th, 1 week from today, 8:30 in the morning, for a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing in the downtown probation court. In the probation case, your bond is $750 secured. In the new case, it is $50 secured to make you eligible for credit for time in custody. That is $800 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. She got your paperwork for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Woldall. And then Charles Garr, we go to the chair. Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Christopher Thomas Woldall, June 8, 1988, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You're here on 5 matters. One is a new case, 4 are probation warrants. In the new case, you were arrested for 3 things. The court found probable cause for 1 of them for purposes of this hearing only, and that is shoplifting, a Class 1 misdemeanor. For purposes of this hearing only, the court does not find probable cause on the narcotics or drug paraphernalia allegations because the police didn't provide enough information to support those. They are not dismissed. So talk to your lawyer about how that works. I'm just setting release conditions in this case only for the shoplifting allegation. So I still have to send you to Superior Court, though, because you have the felonies still sitting on the books pending against you. So you have a lawyer. Should end up with the same lawyer for all of these cases. Your status conference for this new case will be Tuesday, April 29th at 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing Thursday, May 1st at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court, and that address is on your paperwork. Now, you are also here on 4 probation warrants. You're on probation in 4 separate felony cases, and petitions to revoke your probation were filed March 31st of this year. Those petitions allege that you violated terms 3 and 5. You'll have a lawyer to help you, and your court date in probation court is 1 week from today, April 30th, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court. In each of your 4 probation cases, you have a $500 secured appearance bond. In your new case, that shoplifting case, you have a $50 secured appearance bond to make you eligible for credit for time in custody. So your total bond is $2,050 secured across all 5 cases. If you bond out, comply with your conditions, and call your POs in 72 hours. You can go ahead and step out your list. Thank you. Mr. Garr? And now Juan Garcia, would please go to the chair. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Charles Garr, 5/15/88.
Thank you, Mr. Garr. You're here on a warrant for failing to appear at a revocation arraignment hearing in a case in which you are on probation for facilitation of theft of means of transportation, which is a Class 6 felony. A warrant was issued for your arrest on April 18th of this year. You've already had a lawyer appointed. Your next court date is going to be a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing in the downtown Superior Court 1 week from today, which is April 30th at 8:30 in the morning. Your bond is $500. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions, and call your POs in 72 hours because you are still on probation, even when they're trying to revoke you. If you step to your left, you'll be all done.
So I can't get out. I was incarcerated at the time of me supposed to be there.
Incarcerated where?
Here. And that's what I was held for.
What were you held on?
I'm sorry?
Do you know, is it a new charge?
No, it was, yes, it was let me think what it was. It was possession. And I was incarcerated, so I didn't make it to court.
All right, so I can have them run your booking records. If you're making it up, I'm going to probably give you more bond and note that you lied to the court. Should we bother looking it up, or do you just want to take the $500?
No, I was incarcerated.
Okay, all right, go ahead and have a seat. Don't have what's that? Thank you so much. He's going to look it up. If I can verify that, I may do something different. No promises. I got to find out what we can corroborate, because I just don't take people's word for things.
I understand that.
So we're going to have a seat. I'll call you back up after we have a chance to look it up. Okay? Thank you, officer. All right, Mr. Garcia, Juan Garcia. And then Carolina Maldonado Alvarez, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Juan Garcia, 0504-2000.
All right, thanks, Mr. Garcia. You are here on 2 warrants that issued in pending, at least one's a pending probation matter. Hold on, let me see if they both are. I think they both are, but I'm going to double check. Yeah, they're both pending probation revocation matters. You failed to appear at your revocation arraignment in both of these cases back on November 6th of 2024. You've already had a lawyer appointed. Your next court date is going to be in the downtown probation court for a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing 1 week from today, which is April 30th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. You have a $500 secured appearance bond in each case for $1,000 total. If you bond out, comply with your conditions, call your PO within 72 hours. The main number is right on your paperwork. Thank you. The officer.
I won't be able to get out?
Only if you post $1,000 total. Mrs. Maldonado Alvarez. Thank you so much. Okay, that explains it. Thank you. At least I can figure out when the in and out was, right? And hopefully the officer can actually track that. Okay, thanks. All right, ma'am, can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Carolina Maldonado Alvarez, 6978.
All right, thanks. You're here on one new case on one probation hold. In the new case, you were arrested for possessing narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. There is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Also here on a probation hold because the probation department will be filing a petition to revoke your probation based on this new arrest. I'm appointing a lawyer for you in that case as well. Your next court date in the brand new case is going to be April 29th. It's Tuesday at 8:30 in the morning. That's a status conference. Your preliminary hearing in that new case only is May 1st at 8:30 in the morning. In between those, on April 30th at 8:30, you'll go to probation court for a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing in your probation case. All right, and the probation matter, you have a $500 secured appearance bond. In the new case, it is a $50 bond to make you eligible for credit for time in custody. That is $550 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions, and call your PO within 72 hours. We're going to get you a copy of your paperwork, and what do you want?
So he was in custody on 4/12 when he got released the same. So today he released 4/12.
Okay, and then I got to see when he did so. Okay, thank you. Right, I know, because we found that there was no probable cause found, so that makes sense. Okay, thank you. So as long as you're shown out on the 12th, thank you very much.
Sure.
All right. Okay. Okay. All right, so, ma'am, you're done. We can get you your paperwork and you step out to us. Thank you. And then, Mr. Gari, go ahead and come back up. All right, so Mr. Gar, we looked you up both in the booking system and your orders, and I see what happened, and I can understand your confusion. I'm still imposing the bail in your case. Now, when you got arrested on the 12th of April, the court did not find probable cause on the underlying case. They released you on your own recognizance in your probation matter. I'm looking at the order. It tells you to go to court on the 18th. You thought, I don't know what you thought, when you got released later that day on the 12th, that you came in and out on the 12th. So you were out on the 12th. Your court date was the 18th. I don't know if you lost your paperwork. I don't know if you failed to read your paperwork, but you were ordered to go on the 18th. When you did not go, it turned into a warrant. That's what led you here today. So you went in and out of custody on the 12th. You were not in custody on the 18th, and you were personally given an order that said to come on the 18th. So you're going to get the bond in this case. Doesn't mean that you won't maybe be reinstated on the 30th. But I am imposing the bond. If you post it, do not miss your court date. Do not fail to call your PO. And I'll remind you, Mr. Gar, that all probationers are required to call their POs within 72 hours of any release from jail. So you had until the 15th to call your PO. You never did. I'm looking at the Apex note. So you also failed to call them. There's no indication of that. If you can prove that, have your lawyer try to prove it.
Man called him. He told me, he said that I was fine. Just stay in contact with him.
They made no note of it. So if you can prove that, be sure and give that information to your lawyer. Because right now there's no evidence of that in the case notes. They are supposed to put it in the case notes. It's entirely possible that they didn't. So if you can prove that, take that proof to your lawyer.
I have nobody on the outside to help me do anything. So.
All right, then you'll be back in court next week. All right, Mr. Hermes, Michael Hermes. Take care of your business, man. Did he show his paper?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So if he did that before, that's probably how he did not know what his court date was. If you don't keep your paperwork, you don't know what it says.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Michael Tower Hermes, 9/29/1978.
All right, so you're here on a probation warrant. You got arrested for you're on probation for a Class 6 felony. On April 9th of this year, there was a petition to revoke your probation filed that alleges that you violated terms 3 and 5. You'll get a copy of that from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing April 30th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court. Your bond is $250. It is secure. If you post it, comply with all of your conditions and call your PO within 72 hours of release. If you step to your left, the officers have your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Gomez? And then Jesus Guadarrama, will you please go to the chair? Where's Mr. Gomez? Thank you. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Peter Gomez Jr., 1771.
All right, thanks. You're hearing a warrant from the South Mountain Justice Court in a case in which you've been charged with driving on a suspended license. No, I apologize. You've been convicted. This is a failure to pay or failure to comply warrant. It issued November 17th of 2015. It looks like the original offense date was April 29th of 2015. This issued November 18th of 2015. So, your arraignment hearing in the South Mountain Justice Court will be this Monday, April 28th at 8:30 in the morning. The address will be on your paperwork. Your bond in this case is $250. It is secured. If you don't post it, there will be a lawyer there for you at your next hearing to help you with the bond issue only. You are already convicted in this case, so you're not otherwise entitled to a lawyer unless you're unable to post a bond. If you do post a bond, the lawyer won't be there, but you had better be there, or they will keep your bond money, and we will issue another warrant for your arrest, and all of our records will show that this trip through jail was not enough to get you to go. Everything is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, you'll be all done for today. Thank you. Mr. Guadarrama?
Have a seat on the left.
After that, Larry Marquez, so please go to the chair. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
My name is Jesus Ivan Rivas Guadarrama. Date of birth is April 12th, 83.
Okay, thanks. You're on an arrest warrant because you've been charged in a criminal complaint. You were charged about 4 years ago with a case that dates back to almost 5 years ago. These are the charges. Robbery, a Class 4 felony. Assault, a Class 1 domestic violence misdemeanor. Threatening and intimidating, a Class 1 domestic violence misdemeanor. The alleged offense date for all of these is August 28th of 2020. Looks like this comes out of the Phoenix Police Department. This warrant was issued January 22nd of 2021. So, I am appointing a lawyer for you. I'm giving you 2 upcoming court dates. The first is a status conference, May 8th at 8:30 in the morning. That's 2 weeks from now in the Downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing May 12th at 8:30 in the same court. Now, in this case, the court's primary concern is victim safety. Some of these are alleged as domestic violence offenses. So I don't know if you have been having contact with the alleged victim in this case since then or not. If you have, it stops today. You need a further court order. This court is not going to permit you to have contact. So if you've literally been living with this person for the past 5 years, I'm putting an ankle monitor on you before I release you to help prove that you are not violating no contact orders. But I'm not making you post a bond. It is 5 years ago, and you didn't come in on any new allegations. It looks like you were in a traffic collision. So you didn't come in on a new violence charge, nothing like that. So the ankle monitor is to help keep you honest and accountable about not having any contact with this alleged victim. I don't know who it is because somebody else found probable cause when the warrant was issued in 2021. I did not do that, so I don't know. So, you may not go to the scene of the alleged crime. You may not have any contact with any alleged victims. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. And I can pull up the case card. Do you not know who the alleged victim is? Most people would remember if they got booked in for robbery mid-pandemic. Most people would remember. Let me see. I'm looking at the direct complaint that was filed in November of 2020. They did try to send you a summons and they didn't have a working address. Noemi Castro. Does that ring a bell? Miss Castro.
Yeah, I know her.
Okay, no contact with her. None.
Yeah, I haven't had any contact for like the last 4 years.
So that'll be really easy for you. Yeah. This is a serious case. You need to take it seriously, but I'm not making you post a bond for the reasons that I stated. I am going to make you wear an ankle monitor. I want pretrial to keep track of you. So they have to hook you up to that before you go. That'll happen later this afternoon, and then you will be released. Comply with all of your conditions and all of those instructions in that envelope. Don't miss your court dates.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Mr. Marquez? And then Jessica Taylor, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Larry Marquez, 12/6/1974.
All right, thanks. Mr. Marquez, you're here on a new case. You got arrested for 2 allegations of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felonies, 1 allegation of drug paraphernalia possession, Class 6 felony, and shoplifting, a Class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. You have 2 upcoming court dates. The first one is a status conference in 2 weeks, which is May 8th at 8:30 in the morning. Preliminary hearing May 12th at 8:30. Those will be in the downtown Superior Court. Now, based on your extensive criminal history, I'm going to make you wear an ankle monitor, and I'm going to release you, and here's why. If you have any chance, I shouldn't say that. Your lawyer will help you defend this case. You are presumed innocent.
I won't fail you, Your Honor. Thank you.
I was going to say, with 8 prior felonies, your case could really go either way. This is mostly drug possession and a little bit of shoplifting. But if you were to go to trial and lose, as currently alleged, it's mandatory prison. So it's the court's hope that is enough to make you want to go to court, defend your case, try to get the best resolution that you can, because some people, even with extensive criminal histories, are getting some probation offers with drug treatment. They're things are happening. That being said, it's not up to me. Depends on what you get charged with, depends on what the county attorney might offer you. There's a lot of factors. But that's why I'm putting you on an ankle monitor instead of just making you post a bond and assuming that you can't or won't comply with pretrial release conditions. But you have to know, if you come in on a new charge while the case is pending,
I will, ma'am.
With your record, okay, I hope that's enough to get you to comply.
It is,
put you on the monitor. We're going to release you. Don't miss your court date. Don't go to any Target stores, including this one, and talk to your lawyer in 2 weeks, okay?
Thank you, okay?
All right, good luck, sir. Ms. Taylor, Jessica Taylor, and then Jeremiah Shelby. We go to the chair. And I purposely didn't finish that.
I got this one.
All right, hi ma'am, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Jessica Taylor, 8/21/1980.
Okay, you're on a new case. You got arrested for possessing narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, dangerous drugs, a Class 6 felony, and criminal trespassing, a Class 3 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your status conference will be May the 8th, which is in 2 weeks at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing May 12th at 8:30, same court. You qualify for release to pretrial services. That's what I'm ordering. You do not have to wear an ankle monitor. You do have, I don't know if you have felony priors there. One thing says you do, one thing says you don't. I don't know. It's okay. Either way, pretrial services. Don't go back to this location on Glendale. Yeah. Don't miss your court dates. Okay, you're going to get an envelope that tells you how to report into pretrial services. Don't lose it. Don't leave it in the jail. When you get out, you got to call the number on there. They'll give you instructions. Just do what they tell you and make your court dates, okay? You are. That's why I'm trying to help you comply. Don't lose your paperwork. It's really hard to comply if you fling your paperwork on the way out of court, like the one guy did. Good luck, ma'am. All right, where's Mr. Shelby? And then Pedro Cornejo Perez, will you please go to the chair? Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Jeremiah J. Shelby, And I wanted to say...
Don't say anything yet, but your date of birth, please.
July 19th, 2001.
Thank you. Emily, I'll give you a chance to talk. You may lose the desire to after you hear what I'm going to do. Okay, so hold on. You got arrested for second-degree burglary, a Class 3 felony. The alleged offense date is back on April 22nd, 2025. Is that right? No, that's not right. That's today. Or yes, yesterday. Just a second, okay? Please be patient.
I'm listening.
Okay, hold on a second. Where's the form for? It's old. It's like 2018. Yeah, it's August 1st of 2018. This is a fingerprint hit, basically. So, I'm going to appoint a lawyer for you. There is probable cause for that. You're going to have 2 upcoming court dates. One is a status conference May 8th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing May 12th at 8:30 in the same court. I know you just went on probation in a different case. I checked the notes. You have been in contact with probation. You're just getting going, but you haven't violated or done anything. You called them. So, and this is an old case. So I'm going to release you back to the supervision of your PO. So in this case, you're going to be released on your own recognizance. You're still on probation. You got to report to your PO. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victims in this 2018 case. Do not go to that location. Not a whiff of any of that. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. So knowing that you're going to be released, did you still want to say anything?
I was going to say I didn't hear nobody ask how your day was.
Oh, you're funny.
I was raised by women, and, I know how to come correct, when I woke up. And
well, I appreciate that, sir. I thought you were going to tell me, hey, I'm on probation. I've been doing really good because people... I was like, listen, I'm going to release you, so spare me. But thank you. I appreciate your courtesy. Call your PO.
Nobody, I've been paying attention,
Well, thanks. Well, call your PO when you get out. And just don't miss your court dates, okay? And everything you need to know is on there, and don't lose it. All right, thanks. Have a good day. All right, Mr. Cornejo Perez and then Cassandra Johnson. We go to the chair. Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Pedro Cornejo Perez, the 4th, and then December 1st, 1999.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a warrant. And pending case, you got charged with narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, and failure to admit the carrying of a deadly weapon on your person or in a vehicle when asked by a police officer. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. You've already had a lawyer appointed. Your next court date is going to be a status conference May the 8th, which is 2 weeks from now at 8:30, preliminary hearing. May the 12th at 8:30. All that information is on your paperwork. And you're going to be one of the only people on this calendar getting an actual do-over. I'm going to release you to pretrial services. Here's why. Very high probability you're going to qualify for a diversion offer from the county attorney's office. That's not up to me. That's up to the county attorney. But people on this type of charge with very little criminal history often get an offer. You go into you do drug treatment and stuff, and then you never take a conviction at all. That's what a diversion program is. It's extremely favorable to a defendant. You don't have to take that offer. You get to fight your case. But we don't need to lock you up if you'll just show up. Yeah. But 2 tries is all you're going to get. This is a felony. You do this again, we give you a bond. It is very simple math. So don't lose your envelope. Don't fail to call pretrial when you get out. Don't miss your court dates. Go show up and find out if you qualify. Like I said, it is not up to me, but I would bet hard money that you do qualify. So dodging court means you enjoy being arrested and you would like for it to happen again real soon. So just go. If you won't go, we hold you. Okay? So that did you notice you're the first person to get a do-over? 50 matters on my calendar. 50. You're the first person.
I didn't know that was possible.
Plan accordingly. Show up, okay? Well, because if you go on basically a diversion program, why would we ever want to spend taxpayer money to hold you in jail? If you'll show up. If you won't show up, we're holding you. Okay? Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Ms. Johnson, Cassandra Johnson, and Mr. Babicki, we go to the chair. Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Cassandra Johnson, October 26, 1988.
Okay, thanks. You're on a new case, and you got booked in for possessing drug paraphernalia, alleged as a Class 1 misdemeanor, and this is going to go out of the Country Meadows Justice Court. The address for that court is going to be on your paperwork, but it is out in Avondale on Van Buren, but the address will be on your paperwork. Now, I'm not appointing a lawyer for you because I'm going to release you, and on this kind of misdemeanor case, you're not entitled to a lawyer for anything other than help with a bond, and I'm not giving you a bond. I'm not giving you a bond because I did not find probable cause for this, but it's not dismissed. That's the important part. I put a huge note on your paperwork. It is not dismissed. You still have to go to court, but you're entitled to be released, which I likely would have done anyway. But I'm not giving you any other release conditions because I did not find probable cause. You're going to get a court date and you're released. Go May 8th at 8:30. If you want to call this court a few days ahead of time, I swear it's on your paperwork. Hold on. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Yes. There's a number on your paperwork for the court. If you call, what day is the 8th? Call like that Monday, May 5th, call and say, do I still have a court date? Just double check before you truck out to Avondale. Don't miss that court date, though, because you can catch a warrant if you don't go, okay? All right, good luck, ma'am. You should be released in a few hours.
Thank you.
Mr. Babici? And then we can get on with Mr. Ortiz. Thank you for your patience. You had a bad draw this morning on calendar size. Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Matthew Troy Babaki, 01-27-84.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Babaki. I know you know why you're here, but I still have to say it. Okay. So you're here on 2 matters, and 25 on the calendar is a warrant for failing to appear at a non-witness violation hearing in a case in which you are on probation for, I think it's a class 4 felony. I get the original charges. So you're on felony probation. And this warrant issued April 14th of this year, so about a week ago. Then in the number 26 on the calendar, it's failing to appear at a status conference in a pending case before the same judicial officer, and that was issued April 14th of this year. And according to the Form 4, you did self-surrender today, and it has been less than a week. So I am actually prepared to release you today because you did the smart thing and the right thing, and you did it quickly. My question for you is this, though. You do come up with a maximum risk assessment score, which means there's a, statistically speaking, there's a fairly high likelihood you might do this again. So I want to put an ankle monitor on you, and I want to know, where have you been living? I only had time to read some of the notes in your probation case. It looks like, did you get permission to go to Mojave?
Yep.
Are you being courtesy supervised in Mojave?
Yep. Standard probation.
Okay, let me just double check this, okay? And did you drive down here to do this?
Yep.
All right. Because they didn't sometimes they make a note of it. Like, they've been talking to the probationer on the phone, and they're like, go and self-surrender. I don't know, did they?
Yeah, no, I've been talking to my legal defender and my probation officer.
And they both said, get down there.
And my probation officer said, if this comes across my desk, Matt, I have to do my job.
Yeah.
So I can't miss any more work, Your Honor. You know.
All right. No, what I think I'm going to do is, because you're living out of county, and you did self-surrender, and you did it within a week, I'm going to release you.
Okay.
So I just wanted to be sure that I understood where you were living. One second, okay? I just want to read your notes. Right, looks like, so you went up to Mojave County Jail on March 26th. I thought I said something else, but... Okay. All right, I'm going to take a deep breath. You did self-surrender, and you did it fast. So that's worth a lot. So, all right, give me a second, okay?
Okay.
I got to type this. I was splitting the baby. I did one with the bond, one without the bond, because I wanted to talk to you. So I just need to reconcile them, but I'm going to release you. Okay. I'm going to give you these court dates, okay?
Okay.
In the probation case, those come up fast, so that's in a week. That is April 29th at 8:30. It's always 1 week later, so that's this Tuesday. If you want to try to get that moved, start calling your Maricopa lawyer and see if they can get it moved for you, but a week is pretty short notice. Okay. You probably just need to come down here. April 29th at 8:30. And it's unfortunate because all they're going to do is kick that case
to the other court date, which they did.
But let me double check, because these both came from Van Weenie. Shouldn't we?
Yes, they're both represented.
Thank you very much. Good. Okay, good. So here's the good part. When you get there on the 29th, you could probably deal with everything, because it's the same judge, same lawyer. So I have to give you later court dates in the other case because it's a new case and I'm releasing you.
Okay.
So that's going to kick out your court dates in the pending case, the narcotic drug case. That's the one that you've not been convicted. Those court dates are going to be May 8th for a status conference, May 12th for a preliminary hearing. But when you go on the 29th, just say, hey, can we do everything? The court will want to, your lawyer will want to. High chance you can.
See, on the previous court date, when I had that first court date, they moved everything to the later date on April 14th.
And it messed you up?
No, I came down here for court and I went to get my fingerprints clearance.
Okay.
And I'm sorry,
it happened. So, okay. Stay in touch with your PO.
Yep.
That'll help you keep track of the court dates. Stay in touch with your lawyer. All right, but I'm going to release you on your own recognizance back to the supervision of your PO. I do need to type it up, though, so go ahead and have a seat while I get that finished.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, good luck, sir. Yes, ma'am.
If this is both being set to Randy, would you like me to set his probation case back to Venom on the 1st?
not getting the probation date.
What do you mean?
Because his bench warrant for the narcotic drugs, that's getting set and we on the 8th or 12th.
I know.
That's his.
Probation on the 8th?
Yeah.
Oh, to let us? Oh, hey.
Both going to suspend me anyway.
Okay, good point. Hey, Mr. Babaki, my clerk was saying we could apparently our system will let us. We can take your probation case and push it out to May 8th.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, I'm going to do that. That'll give you more time to figure out how you're getting back down here and show that you're showing up and complying and calling your PO. Call your PO within 72 hours of leaving this jail, okay? All right, so we're going to set everything both for the 8th, then you also have a prelim for the pending case only on the 12th, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank
you.
Thank you, Judge. Sure. All right, give me 1 second, because we got to mess with this, okay? Hold on. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So, okay, there is 26. Okay, and there is 25. And I see that it's on the 8th. Okay, we're good to go. All right, so give us just 1 second, gentlemen, and we will get going with the last case. Are you alone in that room? Okay, come on in.
No one's in there. Okay. All right, cool.
All right. Mr. Ortiz, can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Yeah, Jacob Ortiz, 82305.
Thank you. And the appearance of the state?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. Stephen Garcia on behalf of the state.
Thank you. And
we're in the afternoon now, Your Honor, but good afternoon. Sean Call appearing from Mr. Ortiz.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, Mr. Ortiz, as you're probably aware, you have been arrested on a grand jury warrant because you have been indicted in a new criminal case that actually dates back to last year. The charges are 3 counts of sexual assault as Class 2 felonies. The alleged offense date is April 25th of 2024, and according to the warrant, this comes out of the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. But you will get a copy of the charges and police reports through your lawyer. All right, and looks like I don't need to appoint a lawyer. You've been retained for the whole case, correct, Mr. Call?
Correct, Your Honor, yes.
So I'm not appointing a lawyer for you, Mr. Ortiz. I do know that your next court date is the same no matter what I decide on conditions of bail or release, and that is an arraignment hearing on April 30th, which is 1 week from today, April 30th, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Before I set conditions of bail or release, what does the state want to say?
Your Honor, we're just asking that Your Honor uphold the bond amount ordered by the previous judicial officer. I believe it's $100,000 cash.
All right, thank you. Mr. Call.
Your Honor, I do want to address the release conditions.
I don't know how abundantly clear this is to the court at this point, but this is an unusual circumstance that I actually haven't seen before. So Mr. Ortiz has had this case with these exact same charges pending for probably about 3 months now.
So I've been doing this 8.5 years and over 2 stints in this rotation. I have seen this before.
So
yes, I have.
Much more familiar with me then. The issue that I have, Your Honor, is the current indictment does not have any new charges against Mr. Ortiz. It's the exact same as before. The prosecutor indicated that would be the case to me. The co-defendant, I believe, received some new charges, which is the reason for the indictment. The sort of profound unfairness and issue that I see here is we were actually just preparing to file a motion to modify release conditions on at his comprehensive pretrial conference, which I believe is in about 2 weeks. We were waiting until that conference because, again, we wanted the trial management judge to address it. So we have not waived any time or anything regarding that case. We were intending to address release conditions in front of the trial management judge. And now he's back at square one again with absolutely no new allegations or charges against him. I understand what's going on with the co-defendant, but he's effectively being punished, having waived no time. We were very close to addressing release conditions, and we would likely have to wait another 3 months before we could address them again. So my request was going to be, it'll be the same to you, Judge, that I was going to be asking the trial management judge that he either be released to pretrial services with an ankle monitor, which I believe is required by statute, or in the event the court's not inclined to do that, reduce the bond to $25,000 secured. He does have tremendous family support. His parents are divorced, but they're both still very involved in his life and very involved in this case. They've obviously been the ones that retained private counsel for him. He would certainly agree no contact with the victim whatsoever, no contact with the co-defendant whatsoever. He was fully employed when he was arrested. He has lost that job, but remains somewhat optimistic that he would be able to get that back if he was released. So I do think he has a lot of positive in his life. Again, no criminal history to speak of. So I think kind of the combination of him being a good candidate to appear at all of his court appearings and is not a danger to the community, pillar A, but also sort of the profound unfairness of the fact that he's had the shot clock reset on his case when he's never waived any time and was intending to address release conditions when there's been no changes in his case whatsoever. He's essentially being punished for what happened with the co-defendant. So I do want to address those release conditions at this time because I believe they're appropriate for him, and I believe in the interest of fairness, that's the correct way to handle this.
All right, thank you. Mr. Ortiz, I've considered the statements of the lawyers, the procedural status of the case, and I'm going to affirm the bail in this case. I disagree with your lawyer's interpretation of several of the things that may have gone on. I just don't know that he's right. I do not know what additional allegations may have been brought against you. I agree it does appear that there have been no additional charges as to what was presented to the grand jury or the judge who considered the bail request for the warrant. I don't know. I note that the bail was previously set at $100,000 cash in your other case, and just so that I'm being transparent, I've looked at the underlying booking number for the case. It is G157310. Commissioner Dyer heard that case back on February 5. I read the victim impact statements attached to it, and I believe this remains a likely appropriate bail at this time in this case. This court also believes it would be profoundly unfair, if not a direct violation of victims' rights, to conduct a modification here at this hearing without complying with victims' rights. Now, none of this prejudices your ability to bring the very same motion to modify that you were planning to bring. In fact, I don't even believe it changes the timing. You can just file it under the new case number. Of course, our system, which I have found clunky and I've deeply disagreed with ever since I got back from federal court and realized we don't have to do it this way. We give a new CR number when we re-indict people. It makes, to me, 0 sense. I've never asked anybody high up at the clerk's office about why they do that. In federal court and in many other jurisdictions, they just supersede right inside the same case number. They do it this way. I disagree with it. It can cause this overlap problem for a window of time. But Mr. Call can file that motion for you tomorrow. He can file it today. This motion to modify under the new CR number and try to get that put in front of your trial judge. I have every reason to think this will go back in front of your trial judge. In any event, based on the record that the court has before it, I don't find any basis to conduct a modification of your release conditions. So I'm going to affirm this bail in the amount of $100,000 cash only with an ankle monitor as required by law. Whether you are in or out of custody, absolutely no contact with the alleged victim or any of her family members, no contact with your co-defendant, whether either of you is in or out of custody, and I noted that Commissioner Dyer ordered no contact with anyone under the age of 18. Counsel Garcia, do you know if the alleged victim is alleged to be under 18?
Your Honor, I don't know for a fact, but given the classification of the charges, it would make sense.
Well, but it's always a 2. No, there's no age change on sexual assault. Well, I don't have any way to know. I'm going to look at the last order. You know what? I get very concerned about inadvertently changing pending release conditions, but I don't know. Let me look at the last order in the pending case, which is, this one is, okay, it's CR 2025-006126, and I just want to mirror that. Let's see. All right. Looks like it was February 12th, number 28 in the docket. And this was signed by Commissioner Rahman. I never heard her say her name. You guys will know better than me. It's not Rahman, is it?
Rahman.
Thank you, Rahman. Okay. And it looks like it says, don't go to the scene, no contact. Oh, actually, it does order no contact with minors. So I'm gonna mirror that order, and that is my basis for it. I'm gonna say no contact with anyone under the age of 18. No drugs, no weapons, proof of local address. This called for fingerprinting. I assume that's happened. I'm not going to monkey with the DNA and fingerprint orders because I don't know what's happened already in there. And they didn't pre-populate in ours, which means the police didn't check those boxes. Okay. All right. But I'm going to check the no contact with anyone under the age of 18. And let me just double check, Mr. Ortiz, do you have any children of your own?
No.
Okay. All right. Then that is my order, and everything else is going to be on my written order. Okay to print now. I should have said, counsel, anything else from the state?
No, thank you.
Defense.
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, thanks. If you want to use the room, I'm going to be in here another 3 or 4 minutes. It's okay, or you each get a copy of it, and you can square up next week. Okay, thank you all for your time. Sorry about the wait, counsel.
Oh, it's fine.
Bad luck.
I mean, we had to.
Yeah, thanks. All righty. And Mr. Garcia, I would apologize to you, but like me, you're here all day.
Right. Don't worry.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
And so, officer, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 house calls. Is each of them, that's Christopher Kirby, Alan Barone Salazar, Giovanni Negrete, and Alex Williamson, is each of them not physically present in court because they've been isolated by the sheriff's office as a potential risk to themselves or others? Sorry, officer. Hey, officer. I'm gonna ask again. So Christopher Kirby, Alan Barone Salazar, Giovanni Negrete, and Alex Williamson, is each of them not physically present in court because they could pose a risk to themselves or others and thus have been isolated by the sheriffs or general population? Okay, thanks. My question sounded better the first time. All right, I did get an affirmative answer, so I'm going to conduct the initial appearances for each of those defendants in person in-house immediately following this recording. By Christopher Kirby, born 2/10 of 85. He's in here on a new case and 2 warrants. In the new case, he got arrested for new charges. Allegations are possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, class 4 felony. There is probable cause for that. There's not probable cause for the second allegation, which is drug paraphernalia possession, class 6 felony, and I will explain that to him. But again, there is PC for the weapons possession. So I am appointing a lawyer for him. And I'm giving him a status conference, court date of April 29 at 8:30, preliminary hearing May 1st at 8:30. Because I found probable cause and he does have open cases, I'm also setting an evidentiary hearing, which is a bail eligibility hearing April 30th, 1:30 in the afternoon, because he's not eligible for bail today and is going to be held without bond on this case. The 2 older cases are the warrants. He's been charged in number 7 on the calendar with possessing narcotic drugs and weapons possession by a prohibited person. Those are both class 4 felonies. And number 8 on the calendar, he's been charged with aggravated DUI, alleged 4 different ways, all class 4 felonies. This warrant's issued after he failed to appear at a comprehensive pretrial conference on April 1st of this year. He already has a lawyer, and his next court date is going to be in front of the trial judge May 1st, 8:30 in the morning. That's a post-warrant status conference. I'm affirming her bond, which is $5,000 cash only in each of the 2 cases, plus written condition. And I will let him know, though, that he's still no bond in the new case. Alan Ricardo, Baron Salazar, born 125-97. Here in a new case, he got booked in for indecent exposure, Class 1 misdemeanor. His arraignment hearing is going to be Monday, April 28th at 8:30 in the morning in the Maryvale Justice Court. And based on what's been alleged against him, the court is very concerned about the safety of the community and children in the community. And so I'm setting bail in the amount of $500 secured, but the order is not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Because I set bail for him, I am also appointing the public defender on the question of the bond issue only if he does not post bail. Mr. Giovanni Negrete, born 12/20/2000, is here in a new case. He got booked in for dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, unlawful flight from law enforcement, Class 5 felony, drug paraphernalia possession, Class 6 felony, and resisting arrest as a Class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for all of these, and I am appointing a lawyer for him. The next court date will be established conference April 29 at 8:30 in the morning, the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing May 1st at 8:30. And the court is currently inclined to set bail in the amount of $2,500 secured plus written release conditions based on what has been alleged against him, his danger to the community, and his likelihood of non-appearance. And finally, Mr. Alex Williamson, born 4/11/55, is here in a warrant from the Sholo Justice Court for failing to appear in a case in which he's been charged with contracting without a license. That's a misdemeanor. They've also added a failure to appear charge, which is also a misdemeanor. This warrant issued October 8th of 2024, and they set an $18,000 bail. I'm going to schedule him for an arraignment hearing in the Sholo Justice Court this Monday, April 28th at 8:30 in the morning. And I'm currently inclined to set bail in the amount of $1,000 secured with written conditions and not of any contact with any alleged victim in the contracting case. I would appoint a lawyer for him or indicate that Sholo should if he does not post the bail. And if anything changes, again, I will update my order. So if anything changes after I conduct any of these initial appearances, my final written order is going to indicate the court's final decision in the case. Despite what I may have said by rote within the last few minutes, it is not the court's intention to update this recording. The court finds there's little point to that when the final written order will reflect the court's ultimate decision. So in any event, that concludes the 11 a.m. calendar, and we're going to stand in recess until 2 p.m.